recording this class, and I'm going to be recording this class. I'll be muting you and I'll be recording this class. So, good evening one more time. Good evening, everybody. I want to appreciate everybody for being so consistent with this training. I appreciate you all. God bless you. You might be wondering, what does this man have for today's class? Today's class, okay, for some of us that are just joining us, my name still remains Prosper Aja Fegui. I'm a life coach, I'm a forex trader, and by the grace of God, this is what I do. I conduct trainings online to help you in terms of forex trading. Are you with me? So let's start. What do I have for today? What do we have for today? We said today we'll be looking at pips, lots, leverage, charting softwares, brokers, traders, swing, position, scalp, algorithmic traders, and event-driven traders. So all these things is exactly what I'll be dealing with today. Then from tomorrow, and tomorrow, which is day 3, I will talk about trading, money management, how to manage your account. I'll talk about the techniques you can use. Then the last day, please, I repeat, don't miss that day for anything, because that day I'll be leaking some good secrets to you. And that's probably going to be the last day. So let's start. What exactly is a peak? A pip is known as a point in percentage or percentage in points, and it represents a tiny measure of the change in currency pair in the forex market. It can be measured in terms of the quote or in terms of the underlying currency. Determining your profit and losses is an essential part of trading. So let's take a closer look at how pips and spread factors in this equation. See, like I said to you yesterday, this PDF is for you. I'll give you this PDF to go and read on. But the truth about it is, what exactly is a pip? A pip came from simple mathematics, and that mathematics is like this: 1 over 10,000. That was where a pip was originated from. Now, when you have 1 over 10,000, 1 over 10,000 leads to 0.0001. It leads to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 0.0001. Now, when we talk about forex pairs, when you talk about forex pairs, you know there are some pairs. Cryptocurrency, there's forex pair, so on and so forth. When you talk about forex pair, the fourth value, which is this 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth value from the decimals is called a pip. Hello, are you listening? The fourth value from the decimal, which is that one you see, is called a pip. Let's assume that you have another value close to it. You know, right now it is 0.00016. This is 1 pip. This is 6 pipettes. This is 1 pip. This is 6 pipettes. I know you might probably be wondering, what's the function of the pipette? Class, you have no business with the pipette. The pipettes are basically determined by the brokers. Are you with me? The pipette is what? Basically determined by who? By the brokers. Now look at this. Let's say you have an exchange rate, and the exchange rate is, let me clear my screen, please. And the exchange rate is 1.20459. This is my exchange rate. Remember, Mr. Gospel said that the fourth value from the decimals, 1, 2, 3, 4, is the peak. In other words, this 5 is the peak. Then this 9 is what? The pipette. Are you with me? So let's say, for instance, I say add 5 pips to this exchange rate. I repeat. Let's say I say add 5 pips to this exchange rate. What I expect you to do is this. You come to the fourth value and you add 5 pips to it. See, let me tell people something. As simple as this topic I'm taking is, I still have so many people who have issues with pips calculation. I told somebody just 2 days ago, who was trading his life account, that add 10 pips to the exchange rate and enter the market. The person added 50. And unfortunately, when the market has passed almost 20 pips, the market reversed and went seriously against him. If the man knew how to calculate 10 pips, he would have made the stake profit a long time ago and would have been out of the market. So as simple as this topic is, if you don't know how to calculate your pips, then it is 0 for the person. So if I add 5 to this, then what will I get? This will be what? 9 will come down. 5 plus 5 is 10. You add 1. This is 5. Then this is 0. This is 2. Then what? This is 1. So this is what? 1.20509. We just added 5 pips. What if I say add 10 pips to this? Another simple mathematics. You come here, you add 1 and 0 here. Very simple. So when you add 1 and 0, what happens? This value changes. So what you have here is 5. 5 plus 0 is what? 5. So that will be 1.20. That will be 1.20559. That will be what? 1.20559. That's exactly how to add pips to your exchange rate. That's exactly how to add what? Pips to your exchange rate. Now the question is, how can you add? What if it is a yen pair? Let me clear my screen. What if it is a yen pair? You might be asking a question, and the question is, what exactly is a yen pair? Yen pairs are those pairs that end with JPY. For example, CHF JPY, Euro JPY, GBP JPY, AUD JPY. All those pairs that end with JPY are called yen pairs. Example of a yen pair is 1/100. 1/100 is what? 0.01. And if you look at it in the real sense, I can, if this is 0.016, this one is 1 p, and this 6 is 1 pipette. So in other words, the second value from the decimal is what you see as your pip, and this is based on yen pairs. That is why if you look at the screen very well, you see clearly that yen pairs are always like this, probably 154.739. 154.734. So if you add 10 pips to this yen pairs now, or 5 pips, that's 5. And that will be 4. 3 plus 5 is 8. 7 comes down, 0.4, 5, and 1. That's 154.784. What if I'm to add 10 pips to this yen pair? 1 and 0. So this is 3. 7 plus 1 is 8. So that's 154.83. So that's exactly what yen pair is. And you see, this is how to add your pips to your exchange rate. I repeat, this is how to add your pips to your exchange rate. So let's proceed. The next one is lot size. Lot represents the size of your trade in forex, and it's the number of currency units you will trade in forex. Now, there are actually 4 types of lot: standard lot, mini lot, micro lot, and nano lot. But that nano lot is not of relevance, and that's because it is actually a very small unit. But the standard lot, mini lot, and micro lot is of relevance. Let me explain them one by one. Some people still might be having issues with calculating lot sizes. Let's say Mr. Michael gives me $100 to trade in the market. Now, the simple calculation about lot size is X over 10,000. Now, meaning that if you have $100, that will be 100 divided by 10,000. This cancels this. So 1 divided by 100 is what? That's 0.01. This is what? A micro lot size. When you have 1,000 divided by 10,000, this cancels this. So that will be 1 divided by 10. And this is what? 0.1. And this is what? A mini lot size. And when you have 10,000 divided by, that's a mini lot size. Now, when you have $10,000, your lot size will be 10,000. So this cancels this. So this is 1. So this is a standard lot size. So a standard lot size is a lot size that ranges from $10,000 upwards. A mini lot size is a lot size that ranges from what? $1,000 upwards. So even if you have $9,000, $9,000 is a standard lot size. Now, $100 is actually 0.71 to 900, which is a what? A micro lot size. Let's proceed, class. The next one I'd like to talk about is leverage. Leverage results from using borrowed capital as its funding source when investing to expand the firm's asset base and generate returns on risk capital. Now, leverage is an investment strategy of using borrowed money specifically. Now, this is what leverage means. Leverage, you say, the brokers will say, we know you don't have much money to put in this business. Probably you just have $100. But we are going to give you, we are going to use a system of leverage so that in the forex market, your money will look large. That's why if you look at my screen, you see that $200 amounts to $10,000. So this ratio is 50 to 1. That is leverage. So let's go to my screen. Let's say I have $100 to put into the market. And I use a leverage of 500 to 1. What that means is 100 divided by 500, that's what? $50. That's $50. So it means that this $100 is looking like $50 in the financial market. But guess what? Do you think these brokers they do this for free? No. They will always take their commission. Are you with me? They will always take their commission out of this system they have generated. And brokers can take their commission from either spread or they take their commissions from commissions. Yes, there's a section of commission in your account where the brokers they take their money. Are you with me? So let's proceed. The next one I have on my screen is brokers. Who are brokers? Brokers are firms that provide traders with access, traders with access to platform that allows them to buy and sell foreign currencies. Transactions in this market are always between a pair of two different currencies. So traders either buy or they sell. Now, this is who brokers are. Brokers are those people that they will tell you that, Mr. Gospel, we know you don't have access to the market. We can introduce you to the forex market, or we are going to, there will be a third party. And that third party will be a platform called MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. And MetaTrader 4 and 5 is exactly what you use to trade the financial market. So that's what the brokers do to you. They introduce those platforms to you, which you what you trade with. There are several types of brokers. There are several types of brokers. Number one, there's Forex Time, there's Apparel, there's Octa FX, there's Up Forex, there's Top FX, there's FXTN. There are even more than all this. Now, all these brokers, what they do is that they try to bring in new systems such that it seems to be competing right now in the market. As I speak to you, I use two broking firms, and these broking firms are Forex and Hantech. Hantech is not there. I use Forex and what? Hantech. I can tell you basically here that Hantech and Forex, they've been in existence for years. And the one I even use more is Forex. Should I tell you something so shocking? There was somebody I actually traded for, and our agreement was weekly cuts. So that Saturday, he was actually telling me that I told him that on Monday, this thing that happened has never happened since when I've been trading. Maybe it's even a recent system, I don't know. So I now told him that, well, I would put in your money, I will place your profit on withdrawals now so that we can share money because it's based on percentage that I traded for him. So when I placed it on withdrawal that Saturday, this thing I was discussing with you, I placed this withdrawal as at maybe 250 or thereabout. But I know I did this in the afternoon. In fact, before I know it, I saw alert into my phone seven as at 7:30 or thereabout. I saw the money in my GT Bank account. That day I shouted because I've never placed a withdrawal on Saturday and I'll get it on Saturday. This thing just happened just this last week Saturday, this Saturday that passed rather. I was so shocked. In my trading life, I've never witnessed this that you receive your money on a Saturday. I said, wow. And guess what? Apart from you trading up Forex, trading with their platform, and you put your money in your wallet, you can partner with them. If you want to be a mentor or a Forex trainer like me, I give trainings on that. I give trainings on that in 3 sections. I train people on the Forex proper. Then I also teach them how to do graphic designing. I believe that for many of you that came for this program, you saw my image and you clicked on it. Then I also teach you how to do the marketing, Facebook and Instagram ads. So all these things, I'll teach you mentoring. I'll give you my handout. I'll teach you how to go about it, both virtual and physical. Like the person I'm training right now is going to go on physical. Are you with me? There's a special fee for that. It's different from what I'm doing right now. I'm teaching you how to trade. So when you partner with Top Forex, they'll be giving you your commission. Once your students that are under you, they trade and they get to a certain threshold, they will send a cut of $50 into your account. Like for instance, for me, I received my own cuts today. I don't need to lie to you. I received my cuts, I placed my withdrawal, and I saw it. In fact, I placed that withdrawal past 7, around 7:12. And as at 7:29 or 7:28, it got into my GTR account. That's just it. $50 commission account when your people trade. In fact, I earn more than that. Sometimes I earn more than that. So just imagine you getting that you are getting it every week or even less than a week. There was a time in 2 weeks, I got almost like 180 something dollars. I'm telling you what I've done. I'm not telling you fake stories here. I'm telling you what has happened, and this happened just today in the morning. Are you with me? When I converted that straight to my GT Bank account, that was at 5,200 because the withdrawal rate right now is 705. Dollars is high. Are you with me? So these are the extra cuts you see when you trade with the right brokers. I know so many people that will say, Mr. Gospel, I traded today, and unfortunately, I am seeing that I didn't get my complete profits. I'm not going to call names of those broken firms. But when you meet the right people, they will tell you the right broken firms to use, which is very, very profitable. Now, for me as a person, I have studied these 2 broken firms I've used. Hot Forest is very, very unique, but they have one disadvantage. They are document sensitive. When I mean document sensitive, for instance, maybe you submit your name and your name is not clear, they might reject it. But in that case, I tell my students something. When the rejection is much, you can just gather all your documents and send an appealing mail. Please, this is all I have. And I have to open this account to deposit. And guess what? They will open your account. This thing I'm telling you is something that happened to me. The first years ago, when I tried opening up Forex based on who introduced me to it, they rejected virtually all I had. Then I was still using it. I wasn't using I had international passport, but it was expired then. Are you with me? They rejected it until I appealed. So that method is what I've been using for my students, and it has been working. Are you with me? So that is that about it. You must know the right broking firm to use for you to enjoy this business. And one thing I love about these two broking firms I just told you about, there are times you'll be trading. When they discover that your account is in a critical state, they can just log some of your trades off. I know some of you witness this in some of your broking firms. They will just delete those trades. Why are they deleting it? They are deleting it because they want to see if your account can still withstand the situation before you finally, God forbid, you witness a total burnt account. Are you with me? So you must know the right brokers to use for you to enjoy this business. Number slide 6. There are types of traders. We have chatting softwares and platforms. Like I have Ninja Trader, I have TradingView, I have Favorites. You see these 3 things I listed. These are the things, the what they call them, the technical traders they basically use. These 3 things I listed are the exact things the technical traders they basically use. But the unfortunate thing is that I tried using Finvix and Ninja Trader. I never enjoyed them. Maybe you will enjoy it too. You can go and try Finvix. I tried using Finvix and Ninja Trader. I personally tried it. I never enjoyed them unlike TradingView. Now, let me explain some things to you. TradingView has some packages even we don't know. Are you with me? And since when I've been using TradingView, it has been so lovely. Do you know that you can set a bot on TradingView that can be giving you alerts on your Gmail account? These are the things I'll teach you in the advanced class. Don't worry. An advanced class will come up. These are the things I'll teach you in this business. And those signals are so sure. Are you with me? So let's proceed. The next one is types of traders. We have several types of traders. We have day traders, scalp traders, algorithmic trader, event-driven trader, position trader, and swing traders. Who are the scalp traders? The scalp traders are traders that trade for very short period of time. And the scalp traders are not different from a day trader. A very good example of a scalp trader is the person that is talking to you. I don't like to be in a trade. One thing I hate about Forex is there are times you'll be in a profit. That profit will get to, there are times you'll be in a profit, and that profit will get to $80. If you don't set a good pips, that profit will run down and you regret it. You start crying. How can I see a profit of $50 and I'm now seeing myself at a loss of $30? It is I will never try it. I rather close that $80 and go and re-strategize and find a way to enter the market. Are you with me? So that's one thing about it. Now, I'm a scalp trader. I take my profits and I leave. And one thing I've noticed about scalp traders and day traders is they never like their trade to go into the next thing. Whenever your trade goes into the next thing, there is something called that swap fee will come into your trade, and guess what? It will reduce the profit you are supposed to be entitled to. Are you with me? So that's one thing about it. The next one is swing trader and position trader. A swing trader are traders that hold trades for a very long period of time. Even apart from that, they like to, they don't mind if their trade goes to the next day, and I hate such method of trading. That's who I am. And swing traders always like to put their trading time at 1 minute time frame or 5 minutes time frame. So that as the candle is going up, they're entering, and it's coming down, they're entering. You are just putting yourself in, give yourself heart troubles. Why don't you leave it for a very high time frame, like 4 hours, 1 day, and you can make good strategies and get a sure way of winning. Position traders are traders that leave their trade for years or weeks. I can never do this. I know myself. I can never do this. If I do this, I'll simply don't to be checking the trades. Are you with me? People that do this are people that are extremely busy. Doing this kind of business for years, I've met a lot of people, and I know how busy they are. Are you with me? So all these kind of people, they are position traders. Algorithmic trader. They are traders that design robots. I design robots too. I do that. But the truth about it is, I don't depend fully on robots. I use some bots and strategies and scripts to make my analysis in the market. Why the event-driven traders are traders that these are traders that they are curious about the news. They are forward thinkers. They're always inquisitive. They ask, what's happening in the news today, Mr. Gospa? The news as well. I have friends like that. Mr. Gospa, USD, okay, oh, no wahala. Make your decision. So these are event-driven traders. So, is there any question for me before I leave here? Is there any question for me? Is there any question? If there is, Mr. Michael, do you have any questions, sir? Network has affected almost everybody here. Is there any question? Okay, if there's no question, thank you very much for today's class. I do appreciate you for coming. God bless you. Tomorrow is another big day. Tomorrow I'm doing life practicals. Life practicals. Don't miss tomorrow's class for anything. And tomorrow you get to know more insights about the advanced class. Thanks so much. God bless you. See you tomorrow. Bye. Bye bye, everybody.